Hey, it's Jen Thoden with YourColorStyle.com. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some really fun and easy ways to create stylish color combinations using your color palette cards. So if you're not too sure what the color palette cards are, these are a set of 3 cards that include the best colors for your color type. If you have these cards, you probably don't know this little trick, and if you don't, there'll be a link in the description if you're curious about what these cards are. But this is a really fun way to create color combinations, especially when you see something in the store that you like and you just don't know what else to wear with it. So I'm going to give you some examples. This is the soft, warm, and medium color set. On the right is the warm card, and on the left is the universal card. So let me just show you some fun ways to do this. When you line them up side by side, and you notice that I have light to dark and then light to dark, you can slide over and choose a row for your color combination. So let's say you found this nice golden mustard yellow blazer that clearly goes with this card. You can almost get a perfect match right here in these colors, this color range. So now you're thinking, well, what else can I wear with it? Well, an easy way to do that is to line it up with your universal card, and you can slide it over if you want, so you only have one color to look at. There's different ways to do this. I'll show you different ways to use the cards, but you can see that it's kind of a light turquoisey blue, which would be really interesting. So here's a blouse that matches that color pretty well. It also pulls in the golden yellow. This comes from the same manufacturer, so it was really easy to find this color combination. It was kind of a happy accident when I was creating these slides, but how perfect is that? So these two could go together, and then now you're thinking, okay, great, now what for bottom? Now if you're bold and you really want to get really super creative and colorful, you can just choose something from the blouse, or even a darker version of the blue in that row for that color. You could do that. You could also pull up the neutrals card, that's the 3rd card in this set, and choose anything here because it's designed perfectly to go with your colors. So I found a pair of deep navy pants, and together that is a pretty sharp looking outfit. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Let's reverse it. Let's put the universal color card on top with the warm colors below, and you can play with that. Maybe you found something that has a lot of the blues in here and you want to know what goes with it, and maybe this deep golden mustard here, and you can play with different ways of doing that. You can slide the cards, as far as apart as you want to create a range of colors. And maybe you found something in a nice warm coral, and you could just look across and see that it would be really fun to go with these greens, right? And you can pull it all the way across. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is that the more difference, is that a word? Is that a phrase? The more difference between the dark and light, the greater the difference between the depth, the higher the contrast, the more dramatic the look. So when you slide them like this together, it's dark to dark, and so it's a little bit really easy on the eyes, a little bit more monochromatic in a way when it comes to the depth, a little bit calmer of a look. The further you pull them apart, so this is more of a brighter color next to the dark, a little lighter, higher contrast, or you can go even the highest contrast with your card. So here's the lightest on the right here next to the dark, and that's a higher contrast, a more dynamic look. All right, let's try the bright and cool cards. These are the bright, cool, and medium cards. So we have the cool colors on the left, the universal colors on the right. The bright and cool always looks really great with a higher contrast. So I'm lining them up here with the dark, cool next to the lighter column of colors here. So we have the nice, deep, rich, and bright blues next to some really pretty, bright lemon yellows. So using this card, I found this online. There's that bright royal blue in combination with some stripes with the deep blue. So that's all that's right here on that bottom row. And then when we use that color combination, I see that lemon yellow will be a really fun color to add. So I found this lemon yellow scarf, and that is a super fun color combination for bright, cool, and medium. Very bright, very dynamic. So let me show you one more way to use the cards. I'm just going to blow your mind, I know. Is you can take the cards and you can flip them. So this is how it is from light to dark and light to dark. But then you can flip one, turn it around 180 degrees, and now you have even more combinations. Okay, you get the pink to blue, where before it was sort of pink to the mossy greens here, which is beautiful. I love that color combination. But if you can flip it, you can say pink to these blues here, which is also a terrific look. I love this peachy colors with the more of the earthy greens over here. And then you could put the warm color on top of the universal and get even a different look too. So you've got the warm, deep plum colors here next to the lighter blues, a deep rusty orange next to the lighter blues. There's just a ton of things you can do, and you can do the same exercise of pulling them apart or, you know, lining them up depending on what you want. So whenever you are shopping and you see something that you feel is kind of a tough color to wear with something else with a different color, use your cards and get creative and play. And what's interesting is that you'll probably find a pattern in that store for the manufacturer of that item that probably has a lot of the similar color combinations that can inspire you. So if you are curious about those color palette cards, you can check them out. There'll be a link in the description below this video. If you've been trying to figure out what colors flatter you best, then take the quiz at yourcolorstyle.com/quiz. It'll walk you through step by step how to figure out what types of colors look best on you. It's super easy and absolutely free. That's yourcolorstyle.com/quiz. I'm Jen Thode, and thanks so much for watching.